So meiosis can be divided into two stages or two divisions. So meiosis is said to have a reductional division stage and an equational division stage. Now, the terms reductional and equational refer to the number of chromosome sets that result after each division stage. So the reductional stage reduces the number of sets by 1/2, and the equational stage does not change the number of chromosome sets. Now this is with respect to the products created by each stage. So another naming system is simpler. The reductional division stage is often referred to as meiosis 1, and the equational stage is referred to as meiosis 2. Now, both meiosis and meiosis 1 and meiosis 2 have a number of phases: prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. So those look familiar, right? So those are very similar to the names of the phases in mitosis. And same thing for meiosis 2. So prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. Now you might notice that there is no prometaphase defined for either meiosis 1 or meiosis 2. When we talked about mitosis, we included a prometaphase between prophase and metaphase. So there's no prometaphase because most geneticists just like to group all of the things that you would typically associate with prometaphase in mitosis. We're just going to group all of those with prophase. All of those steps, we're just going to say that they happen during prophase. Now, we might need to distinguish between prophase during meiosis 1 and prophase during meiosis 2. So we do that just by putting ones in front of prophase, metaphase, not in front of, after, anaphase and telophase. So if I say prophase 1, we know we're talking about prophase during the first meiotic division, during meiosis 1. These, prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2, and telophase 2. Now, all of these steps down here, they are relatively simple, easy to understand if you understand mitosis. Most of the interesting, what I think are the most interesting things, and relatively unique things that are unique to meiosis, happen up here in prophase 1. And prophase 1 is so complicated, so many things are going on during prophase 1 that scientists have come up with 5 subphases of prophase 1. Now, these subphases are, well, they start, let me explain it like this. Meiosis or, meiotic prophase 1. Now, the phases are leptonema, and I'm going to introduce you to a trick to remember the correct order of these. Zygonema, pachynemia, diplonema, and diakinesis. Now these are the names of the various subphases, and sometimes you might hear these words instead: leptotene, zygotene, pachytene, diplotene, and there's no different one for this one. This one's still just diakinesis. So these terms up here, these are actually adjectives. And technically we're supposed to put a stage, a noun, so stage after these. So leptotene would be the adjective, stage is the noun, leptotene modifies stage. So technically we're supposed to say, if we ever say leptotene or zygotene, we're supposed to say stage after it. Or instead of saying leptotene stage, we could just use one of these terms over here. We could say leptonema. So that's where, you know, I might go back and forth between leptotene stage and leptonema. They mean the same thing. Now, how are we going to remember this order? So back in the 80s and 90s, I was told by the former genetics professor here that they used to say Led Zeppelin plays Dancing Days. So Led Zeppelin, so L-Z, plays P, Dancing Days. And I guess that's a Led Zeppelin song. I don't know that much about Led Zeppelin, although I do like their music. So I like this one better down here. And again, what am I talking about here? So this is just a technique to help you remember the order of the subphases of meiosis prophase, meiotic prophase 1. So I like this one down here. Ever since I came up with this for myself, I have remembered the orders of the order of the subphases of meiotic prophase 1. So what is this a diagram of? These are little zebras playing Dungeons and Dragons. So L, Z, P, D, D. Well, that works for me. So hopefully something like this, you can come up with your own system to remember the order of the various subphases of meiotic prophase 1, leptonema, zygonema, pachynemia, diplonema, and diakinesis. So, okay, so next let's take a look at meiotic prophase 1.